Hi guys, this isn't going to be a guide at all really, and the title might seem a bit odd. You might be asking yourself, what do those guys have to do with a Geth Engineer solo? And per se, they don't really have anything to do with a Geth Engineer solo. And I'm just going to be talking about a whole bunch of things in this video. The evolution of Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, the demo days, some of my teammates, and my own personal development, and a bit of personal gaming history as well. For the people that find that interesting, then I'm very pleased at that, and if not, then you don't have to listen. But I'm especially pleased I was able to make this video, and it's not because I wasn't capable or it's a great accomplishment. Well, in a way it is a great accomplishment, I'll tell you why. This is my 7th attempt at soloing gold with a Geth Engineer. It's not because I failed before, because each time I DC'd, I disconnected at some late wave, ranging from wave 6 to wave 10. This was the first one I did not disconnect on, and I just become accustomed to it now. Let me say at the outset, I hate soloing. The main reason I hate soloing are the disconnects, more than anything else. The second reason is I find it tedious, and I prefer playing with people. It's more fun. I find tedious. It requires a lot of patience. It's boring. Be it gold or platinum, just not my thing. That said, yeah, I didn't disconnect this time, so I'm obviously publishing this video, so that's cool. And I hope you get to see some nice action as well. I mean, I think these days, over time, the Geth Engineer has at least become my second favorite class overall, and certainly my favorite caster class. And I really love the guy, so yeah. But why did I do the solo to begin with? Well, it's not to get the Lone Wolf banner, which I never bothered with because I told you the DCs and all that. I wanted to be motivated to do something, and I started thinking back to when I first started playing this game back in February. And I'll be posting a link, actually, to the first 3-man gold demo extraction ever recorded, to my knowledge. And when I look back at how bad I was playing and how bad a player I was, wow, I was quite the pug back then. And I played with Kronner and Sp3c7er. Kronner, you might know him. He's sort of the Lord of the Claymore, amazing Claymore user, great player. He's taken a break. He might be coming back. And Sp3c7er, he's moved on to other things, but he's always been just amazing, overall amazing player, very skilled. Possibly the best sniper I know as well, perhaps even better than Centron, if you can believe that. And I learned a lot from those guys, and I just thought, I hate soloing. I'll probably get DC'd anyway, but I need to be motivated. So this video is dedicated to Sp3c7er and Kronner, some really great guys and great teammates. As well as, some of the people I play with all the time now. These are guys I really like a lot on a personal level. We're also some of them are just amazing players. Jhoxatron, Fennicus, all you guys. In terms of multiplayer, I certainly wouldn't have come this far without you. Because when I look back on my gameplay from, well, February, it's pretty shabby, to say the least. I mean, I'm doing some PUG stuff there. And it's funny in the demo, you see, I mean, we had limited consumables, two of everything. And I was running a human engineer with a Mattock with a scope on it. I mean, who does that these days except for pugs? But I didn't know much better back then. And I wanted to, talk a little bit about my gaming background. You see, I'm a lot older than most of the player base. I'm 35, and it's not been easy. I think it's not a coincidence that all of the best players, and I'm not one of them, are very young, usually in their early 20s. It's a combination of having been exposed to shooters and all these kinds of things for a long time, and just when you're young, you tend to be better at every physical activity. So improving for me, in a way, has been quite challenging, because when you're older, your reflexes aren't as good, and you don't learn things as quickly in many ways. You're just not as on your toes. It's just not possible. That's what aging is all about. But when I look back at my gameplay, I've improved a lot. Now, the first shooter I ever played was Mass Effect 2. Never had touched a shooter before that. Was an RPG guy, role-playing games. Back in the day, the things like Baldur's Gate, all the classics. Of course, that didn't require a whole lot of hand-eye coordination or shooting skills and what have you. And I've never played player versus player, so all that stuff is foreign to me. So at first, if you want to call it a shooter at all, the first stuff was Mass Effect 2. And I sucked at it at the time. It took me a while to get to Insanity. And I started coming across videos made by guys like Kronner and Spectre. I just thought, wow. So a lot of it was at the time with the Vanguard craze at the time in Mass Effect 2, when the Vanguard was a totally new class in the sense that he could charge, right? And there was just some incredible Claymore action. And that's how I learned to reload cancel. Mass Effect 2. It was, looking back on it, quite an inspirational time. I started making my own videos. And I have I have to thank also, I don't know if you know, Mr. Borzogmer, who, his name is Lord Fortak now. He's another excellent player. He made videos too, and I thought they were quite inspiring. And I kind of, in my old age, grew up, if you will, on shooters, based only on Mass Effect 2. And so I was pretty psyched about Mass Effect 3, and of course, as you know, I was probably quite disappointed by single player. But the demo came out. I remember everyone was skeptical, and we started playing. We really enjoyed it, and we did the 3-man run there. And at the time, of course, gold was a big deal. It was hard. I mean, a 3-man gold time of 33 minutes back then was good. I mean, people were running times like 40 minutes. It was hard. Partly because we didn't have the best equipment, but we didn't know spawn points, we didn't know enemy tactics or AI that well. It was all new, and in a way it was really exciting in that sense. And so we recorded that first 3-man. It was pretty intense. We didn't know if we would make it. I didn't know what the hell I was doing in that video, but I'd have to say probably Spectre and Kronner carried me to some extent. But yeah, I think MP itself has progressed a lot since then. The player base is much larger across all platforms, and certainly on the PC. And I've certainly improved a lot, and it's really thanks to, obviously playing by itself, but it's thanks to guys like Kronner and Spectre, Jay, Fennicus, guys like that. They're the ones. Not only are they great people, but when you play with people on that skill level, you have to improve. You're not going to not improve. If you even want to keep up slightly, and for the most part, I'm not on their skill level, but if you play with guys like that, you will improve. And why? Because you're forced to try to keep up. I mean, when you play with the best, you don't become the best necessarily, but you start improving towards your own best. That's basically what I'm trying to say. And so it's not even really a direct help, but it's just watching them do certain things and then learning. Just recently, fairly a couple of weeks ago, I started picking up sniping, and I've improved a lot. Am I an elite sniper? No, but I'm pretty decent now. And considering I never touched a sniper rifle before, I mean, sure I did Mass Effect 2, but I always relied on adrenaline rush or time dilation, which was bullshit. That's not sniping. So when you play with the best, you really do improve your game. And I think it's probably the best way, maybe the only way to improve. If you're playing with pugs all the time, you're not going to improve much. Let me just give you an example of what I'm talking about. And this applies to everyone. When you play with Jay, who's arguably the best player on PC platform, I mean, it's a huge accomplishment if I can get 50 kills with whatever weapon I can by the end of a match, or if I can get my 20 headshots by the end of the match, because he just kills everything. And so you really have to try hard and put an effort into it and just do your best. And so I'm saying the best players really push you to make the most effort, and you develop further as a player as a result of that. And guys like Kronner and Spectre are also people like that. And I want, like I said, this video is in honor of their memory. If they return to Mass Effect multiplayer, I'll be very happy about that. And if not, then, they have to go their own path, and I respect that. But, it's to say that their legacy is not forgotten, at least not in my eyes. And really, the first online game I've ever played that I've really derived a lot of enjoyment from. And I think learning from the best players taught me lots of tricks and just how to go about certain things in a certain way. And it's really what got me into the whole making guides thing. Now, I like to think that my guides have a different style to other people's guides. I know people don't like my kind of slow, monotone voice, but I am older, and I guess I sound a bit serious sometimes, and sometimes I am, but I do have I suppose, an odd sense of humor, and those of you might have picked up, some of you might have picked up on that. And I make the guides to help people. Recently, I was on the BSN, and some guy, he wrote a comment. I don't think I'll ever forget that. He said something to the effect of, no, I remember exactly what he said. He said, if there were Mass Effect multiplayer classes and you were the teacher, I'd never miss it. That probably is the comment that means the most to me. I used to be a teacher in real life. I don't do that anymore. And one thing I never liked about being a teacher in real life was you did a lot less teaching than following guidelines and prescriptions. And what I like about making guides is I can do it my own way, and there seem to be some people who appreciate that and profit from it and benefit from it. And that's really the best of both worlds, because you can teach in your own style. And at the same time, some people out there appreciate it and benefit from it, and then that's just double fulfillment. Because teaching at the end of the day for me is about helping people to improve, and it's hard to do that in real life because, like I said, you have lots of guidelines, mandates, and protocols, and this is kind of like freestyle. So that's really nice. So a lot of the stuff I talk about in my guides has been learned by playing with guys like the best out there. And it's been beneficial to me and, of course, my viewers. And I think, as long as this game still has some kind of life, I did have my doubts at some point in time. I did take a break. I'll probably continue making videos and guides every now and then. I'm hoping that BioWare doesn't give up on this game. There seem to be rumors that this Retaliation was the last DLC or effort they're putting into it, and then after the last Retaliation character is released, they'll just stop making stuff. I hope not. I still like to see the Blood Pack Punisher, some other new weapons, some more Solarians. Of course, everyone wants new game modes, but I don't know if that's in the cards, and we could only hope. But certainly, a couple of new classes and what have you. Yeah, we can only hope. Anyway, that was kind of a bit of a longish commentary, my background, gaming background, and like I said, this is a humorous tribute to some of the best players out there. Especially Spectre and Kronner, who've since parted ways, but these guys will remain in my memory for a long time to come. Not the least of which also because of some of their Mass Effect 2 videos. I'll never forget one thing. I mean, like I said, this is pretty random stuff. Check out Spectre's channel. He was the first guy I saw make Mass Effect 2 videos, sniping with the humans, with Spectre Soldier, without adrenaline rush. I mean, everyone did that. It was easy, easy peasy. He didn't do that though. He used the Widow. I always thought that was pretty amazing. Wow. And anyway, best of the best, great players, and inspiration. And I think everyone's come a long way since the days of the demo. Some people have moved on. Some people have moved on and come back. I guess I'm kind of one of those people. And anyway, yeah, I hope you enjoy the video. Final note, let me talk a little bit about the Geth Engineer. Yeah, time and again I come back to this build. Really, it's the no fitness build. All damage, turret, overload, chain, neural shock, chain, hunter mode, rate of accuracy, rate of fire, damage, all weapon damage, passive, no fitness. Why? I just find it really effective. Briefly about the solo, well, in a way I guess I wasn't really soloing, you know, having that flamer turret's like having a teammate. The little guy is really helpful. I mean, he's invaluable. He saved my life numerous times. He sets off fire explosions, he does tons of damage, he keeps those phantoms dancing. So the flamer turret is, you know, it's fantastic. He's one of the best teammates you could have if you're going to solo. And, you know, like I said, I tried different weapons in the past on the solos. I always DC'd, even tried the Collector SMG. But for this, I just wanted to stick to something reliable, and the Wraith is easily, without argument, the best caster shotgun in the game. It's got very low weight, does tons of damage, and the hands of a Geth with Hunter mode, and as well as the maxed out damage, you know, with a 25% accuracy and the 15% rate of fire, it really is deadly. You can see me hitting enemies all the way across the screen. It wouldn't be possible without a Geth. So as far as the loadout's concerned, so yeah, I was using my Wraith 10, Incendiary 4, Cyclonic 3. I wish I had a 4, but I didn't, so I ran out of those. Shotgun Rail Amp 3, and you know, I was debating as to the gear. And in the past, I would take a Survival, but I ended up taking Responder, and I actually didn't need it because if you count, I ended up using 5 mana gels, and I had a total of 6, meaning I would have had 1 left by extraction. So, but it's always better to be safe than sorry. I made a few stupid mistakes. In the very beginning, I made some pretty egregious errors, but you know, I pulled through. I think for solos, you know, if I were just playing with other teammates, I probably just would have taken shotgun gear, maybe, or maybe some sort of tech damage, cooldown gear. I'm not sure, but yeah. So that's pretty much the solo. I hope you enjoy the gameplay at least. Like I said, Geth Engineer is my favorite guy, I think, in terms of casters, and I think he's often overshadowed by the Geth Infiltrator, but I think he's just as good, if not better. And I certainly have a lot more fun with him, even though I do occasionally play the GI these days. Yeah, that's it. Just a solo run, one I didn't get disconnected from, but also a tribute to all the great players past and present. Check Kronner, Sp3c7er. Thanks a lot, guys. Your legacy is not forgotten. And all the players I play with now, Fennicus, Lord Syrian, Hawkstron, and others, you know, thanks for playing with me, thanks for improving my game, and thanks for being great teammates. You can't ask for anything more than that. And I look forward to your comments and views. Hope you enjoy the video. I hope it's somewhat instructive. And like I said, assuming I'm not dead anytime soon, there'll be probably more guides coming out every now and then. And hey, on a final note, before I forget, this channel, you know, it's a small channel. I'm not a subscription whore, but it exists because of the positive comments I get. I'm not looking for people to brown nose me, but when people tell me that they've learned a lot from my videos or my guides, or you know, they tell me I'm a good teacher or whatever, that means a lot to me, and it really motivates me. I care a lot less about likes and subscriptions than those kinds of comments. People that tell me that my guides and my builds are actually helping people to improve their game, and that's what means the most to me at the end of the day. So yeah, as long as you guys still profit from it, I'm very pleased. And let me thank all my subscribers and viewers who leave comments like that and enjoy my videos and I'd like to think my unique style, which is admittedly different from other people's. So thanks a lot, guys. Thanks to all the great players. Thanks to my viewers. And I'll see you on the forums and online, hopefully, and we'll do some games. Everyone take care. All the best. Godspeed. Headshot God be with you.